We might often hear that people say AI will replace humans, AI will spy on you, AI will write better love letters to your partner better than you could. Let us be honest. The third point that I said might be true for some of us. So before we start, I would like to share an interesting incident that happened to me last month. Last month, when I was checking at my emails, staring at my inbox, I was having a list of spreadsheets on one corner of the window and a bunch of to-do lists that I have to work. I was wondering if there is a magical tool or a magical element that would help me handle all these things. That would be my day when I could get a real lunch break. But it turns out that AI is that magical tool. When I was exploring about it, I understood that AI is not about replaceability. It is about reinforcement. According to a research at MIT, they states that when humans and AI blend together, they create a massive productivity strike of 87%. It is not just a game of AI. AI alone is not the winner. It is the blend of human intervention that makes it more magical and makes it more superior. When you look at this perspective, the symphony of man and machine, we all feel that machines are something that are there to replace us, that create some sense of inferiority complex in terms of perfection. But what I'll tell you is, machines doesn't have ethics. They don't have emotion. So this is what the factor humans bring in that blends in. So how many of you like filling long tons of spreadsheets or writing long emails? Honestly, it is super boring. Nobody likes it, I swear. The point is, even my keyboard is tired of my fingers, and my monitor had already divorced me. When we look at this AI that is booming at this era right now, we have different perspectives by different people. AI is dominating at multiple sectors, each and every vertical. They've started adopting AI. In my domain, that is cybersecurity, we integrate AI with various aspects. We make it more productive. We have a limited team. We don't have that huge resources. But what we have is, we have a really good blend of AI in it, which is maximizing the productivity. Imagine your teachers grading their assessments, creating personalized curriculums, creating unique questionnaires using AI. What it does, it actually enhances their time. It qualifies their time. It creates a lot of time for them where they can actually use that time in something that is really important. AI is here to take away the boring, repetitive task and makes us to work on something that is really important, really interesting, that makes time. I would like to state a famous blog that I read when I was reading about the digital minimalism. The important aspect that I got is, when we have a unique sense of notion towards what we are working, when we have a clear perspective, and when we integrate AI on it, the output is massive. A lot of research states that in cybersecurity, the security researchers blend AI into their workspace, and they create a massive improvisation in terms of analyzing the vulnerabilities to a strike of 83%. And the productivity strike specifically in my industry is 90%. And this is massive. So everybody says AI is going to replace humans. It's not like that. It is a different perspective. AI is not going to replace humans. People who use AI enhance their productivity. They actually pretend, they make use of it. They make a lot of work with a limited span of time, and they replace humans. Another big aspect towards this is that, when I was exploring my regular task, we have a bunch of AI models that is coming into the market. Every AI model is like maximizing. Everything has its own unique potential. Days back, when you create an image, you won't get such a great image. All you have was a kind of typical old pixelated image. But when you look at the image that is being generated now, it is super realistic. I found a person who is very good at this VFX. In Japan, they are integrating this VFX using AI. They're just prompt to converting into VFX. And the amount of quality and clarity that they get out of this is massive. And I would like to state a very good example for this. The most important aspect towards the man and machine is that We people, we feel that AI is something that is developing. Is it really good? I bet you an average timeline of building an application, let's say a software, would take around 1 to 2 years. But as of now, there is an emerging trend that is vibe coding. Probably few would have encountered it, but this is really interesting. This vibe coding software, this actually helps you to make a software within a limited span of time. Rather having around 10 developers, you can just have 2 developers and make use of them and create massive outputs. Apart from this, the potential of AI is massive. You know what? The interesting point that I would like to state here is that massive amount of data that is being transported, we are accumulating a lot of data. The importance of data is that we are not even concerning about security. Even in vibe coding, the priority that is being given is to security because data is important. So the audience that you're not just audience. Each one of you is a musician, is a composer. You know, we have this mission and what we make is a symphony. So I'd like to flip the narrative telling AI is not a villain. You know, years back, when we had this English adoption inside of India, we had this typical feeling that we have our native language. Why should we adopt a language that is English? Initially, it felt alienated, it felt intimidated, it also felt foreignistic. But later, this was something that we all adapted. From turning from foreign to fluent, from a threat to a tool, from something that is proactive to something that is productive, English has widened our scope. It enlarged our mindset. Same way AI works. AI enlarges your productivity. It creates a new space of endless possibilities. And that is where we are going to look at. So in this era, everybody are turning out, like there are n number, like according to a study, it states that 80 million new job roles are turning out. It is coming on to the job list due to the emergence of AI. And all because of one technology. So with this, I would like to say you that we all are here for a purpose. We all have just 2 hands and one brain. And what if you have something that is additional, something that you can train, something that you can command that what you want. So this is something that has a superpower. So rather assuming AI as a threat, let us see AI as a superpower, as an extended arm, and make it productive. So each one of you, I would like to flip the narrative by saying AI is not your villain, it's a hero. So the game starts here. You are the narrator. You have the instrument, and the game is yours. Thank you.